Okay, so you see the slides now, I believe. Okay.
Perfect.
Yes.
So couple of months back, German chapter of INCOSI has delivered us the digital system engineering process model. And they proposed the certain use case for that. But it was most obvious. So it is a kind of navigation that helps you navigate through the digital search, through the computerized search over the paperback version of the system engineering handbook. But when I was looking at it, I could not help but to think that, okay, this is a semantic core for the system engineering body of knowledge. And what can you do with the semantic core? You can build a search engine and a personalization, search engine and a recommendation engine with it. And we just decided that we should totally build that. The only question was what this search engine and recommendation engine should look for. And it was there. The answer was also obvious. We need to look for system engineering skills and for people who have these skills. Okay, how does it look like? We have plans. For example, system engineering management plan on the input. It's a part of project planning. And once we have a plan, we can look for for skills that we need to deliver this plan and for people who has these skills. And this is a very tricky, very time-consuming process. So it's a project planning, then we have a skill demand, project human resources needs, then a human resource management, a whole bunch of process of it, and it's a lot of iterations, a lot of discussions. It's really time-consuming. And we can eliminate this specifically in system engineering field. For example, for INCOSI as an organization and for Indra or other beautiful companies, engineering companies that has system engineering as a part of it. And I will just explain how does it work and how show you the prototype. And show you the innovation. And of course, we need some help because now we have done all the difficult tasks. We have built the pipeline, we have built the platform. We now can build a product that actually solves your thing. It's a fun task you can all participate in, and that's what our final task is. And I want to specifically say very much thank you to the Spanish chapter of INCOSI and specifically to Annabel Fraga, who helped a lot in organizing this, and she's doing a beautiful job in doing this. And of course, my MBSE work group of INCOSI, great colleagues, thank you very much. And specific thank you I want to give to Alexander Mikhailov, who spent, I don't know, we didn't think that it it will take so a lot of time to build this use case. Well, together with Alexander, we work in applied knowledge system. He's a founder and he's a CTO, a CEO, and founding engineer, and I'm a head of product and product manager and project manager. And a lot of titles for a small company, but that's very relevant because we are wearing many hats. And if you want to search for something, you do it differently from the perspective of CEO or from the perspective of project manager. But search engines do not support that. You just need to think, how will you search as a CEO or how will you search for something as a project manager? It's all on you. Search engine do not support that. And we decided to do something about it, and this is what this Terraform project is all about. Okay, imagine such a scenario. We have a project plan, system engineering management plan, and actually I'll take the real task description from the Notion, from the actual project we had. It says collect and upkeep the project case, project plans to date and reports, financial forecast, timesheets, risk registries, and so on. Plan control report on deliverables and milestones, and provide objective evidence of the project progress. I put this to my personal assistant, and it investigates this beautifully built system engineering digital process model and hints me back in that, okay, it seems you need project management skills to accomplish that. And here is your role description. And it gives me this role description. This is really machine generated project description from that task. This is not mine product. And it's actually good. Okay, I read it. Seems legit. So this is a proposal to collaborate that is generated from the task project, and say, okay, I approve this project description. What should be the next? And okay, I think you should add some supporting skills because it does not fly alone. So project management skills, you need also risk management, stakeholder management, communication skills, problem solving skills. Again, this is all skills that has been proposed by the machine based on that proposal to collaborate sheet generated. And I say, okay, can we be a bit more specific? And it goes to some industrially curated taxonomy. We now collaborate with WAND, and WAND provides a lot of taxonomies, hundreds of them. And it goes, okay, we have a project management taxonomy, and it contains more than 1,000 terms. What areas of project management are you most interested in to manage this task? And I say, okay, it's not completion, it's not documents and records, it's not execution. Oh, it's planning and design. Show me that. And I don't need design, I need planning. Okay, planning, and I need methodology. And in methodology, I need critical chain. And it substitutes me project management with critical chain. And it does the same with the risk quantification, stakeholder analysis, communication management plan, and AD report. So now, from a very generic task description that to just 3 lines of text, I got a pretty concrete project proposal with a pretty concrete skills I want to have the executor of this task to have. Okay, and say, okay, find me the person who can be a good fit. And it goes and it fetches me, creates me a new page in a Notion, in my Notion workspace for this project, and sends me the link. And I see here, I see a CV. And I say, okay, that is pretty good. Again, this is machine generated CV. Okay, this is a pretty good CV. And I say to watch to the timestamp of this CV, it has been generated 1 minute ago. The person who has this CV, whose skills are described in this CV, has spent no minutes, no time, no efforts to write it specifically. And this CV is specifically written to the task proposal the machine has generated. And it's all actual because this person has a lot of, she has personal GitHub or commitments, commits are stored, Notion, Discord. It's a lot of information, and machine just fetched it and generated CV from it. So it's an actual CV of actual person, machine generated from original working products. And what's the beauty of it? It's not only directly supports what I want for this job, but it also, each statement in this CV is not just line of text, it's not a string. It is actually a link, and I can find actual verified evidence in GitHub, in Notion, to check is it a real thing or no? It's invented, hallucinated, we say now. And okay, if I'm not still sure, I can ask, please generate me controlling question for these statements. So if the person says that she made realistic project plans, okay, the questions are, how did you make sure your project plan is realistic? So if that's a very legit question, or what parts of the project was at risk for this particular project you have in your portfolio? What did you do about it? Or how did you attend to project performance baseline? So if this is a realistic project plan, then okay, it should be the project performance baseline actually should be completed. So that's how it works. It's all legit questions, and I can ask the question. And yeah, that's how I can arrange the assessment, invitation and assessment of candidates. So what is a semantic search? As you can see, we are looking not for screens, not for skills, and I look for, I write a job description and I put the skills in there, and I look for CVs and I match the strings of skills, the strings of skills in the CV, and okay, this is a match. No, I look for things, I look for skills people have. And how do we look for things? We organize them in taxonomies. If you go to Amazon website, this is what you see on the left side. So if you put it, I'm looking for shoes, you will see a taxonomy of shoes on the left side. It's colors, sizes, brands, prices. So it's all organized in these structures, in hierarchical structures. These structures are taxonomies. And we claim that system engineering is a transdisciplinary approach. So that's actually, we need to make people from different disciplines talk. How do we make that? We make that using, again, taxonomies that we have in systems engineering. So systems engineering has taxonomies, and one of the taxonomies, a lot of taxonomies, such taxonomies are presented in this system engineering digital process model. And yeah, this is how we can organize communication. So actually, if we are talking about solving the task for semantic search, these taxonomies that lies in this digital process model, they tell us how what thing should we look for next. And they often say to us that, okay, how do we look? So the team is going through the storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. But actually, we need first, before they start even storming, arguing about something, we need to bring them together. And also we need not only team, we need also stakeholders. And we need that very often. As system engineers, we need to solve that task very often. For example, we got project approved, and we need to bring people along. Because yeah, we have now money, we have a time schedule, we need to attend. How do we do that? We need people, we need to find them, and it's not always the people at our disposal. So we need to find them, the people we don't know at the start of the project. Customer wants something from us. Whom do we invite to the meeting? Or we need to hire and make an onboarding for another senior systems engineer. How do we do that? What people should help us in this task? How we will organize CV screening? Who will be looking in these CVs? Who will be talking to the candidates? Or my favorite case is we get RFP request, and we need to prepare a response or project proposal. How can we participate in this particular competitive bidding? Whom do we run to? Because we have a very tight schedule usually to get those, 2 weeks at most. And yeah, you should find all the people in 2 days. And this is a very complicated task. Just to bring some figures to support this claim. So this is a very complicated task. If you have LinkedIn profile, you can go and watch your network social selling index. And this index has 4 components. And second component, the violet one, is finding the right people. And if you're normal people like me, that will be your weakest place, because it's very difficult to find the right people. And yeah, we have a lot of data to support that, basically from LinkedIn. I calculated by myself in my project, so it takes talking to about 20 people on your network to find the proper candidate. So how do we find proper people? So what is a proper people? What is the right fit? So the right fit is a person who will engage. He or she will not only come to the meeting or with the customer and sit through on it, but also she or he will propose, actually involve, do something. So they will engage. To do that, they will need skills and motivation. They need to have skills and motivation. So how do you find these people? So you have a huge network. For example, in my LinkedIn, it's over 1,000 people, and it's not everything, it's not all of it. So how does it work? In the beginning, I've described how ideal IE assistant that helped me to do this job works. So I feed it my project plan, and it gives me the right persons and send invitational emails and prepare me the agenda that I can speak about. Okay, that's ideal. Does this solution exist? No, it doesn't. And the next question, okay, can we wait just a couple of years until Microsoft or Google will build it? Actually, no, because two major notions, major concepts to consider. What we see for the last 20 years is a degrading quality of search and privacy. So these are two big articles, meta research, whatever you can say to it, but they contain links to the actual scientific researches. So Zitrain and Sanderson that bring this point very clearly, that quality of search is degrading. And the companies that were not attending, were not caring about the quality of search for 20 years, now will care. No, I don't believe it. And also, even if they would have liked to build that, they still don't have data sets to improve the quality of search. So I want to find people that are specific to with a skill specific to my industry, specific to my company, specific to my department even, but Microsoft doesn't have the data set that helps to attend this task. And nobody will provide them this data. So all they can provide, all they can offer us is prompt engineering. That's basically it. And prompt engineering is too time consuming to solve this task. And all this brings to the things to, really people are not working at top of their abilities, and there are emotionally detached at work and even miserable. You can read open Gallup report, State of the Global Workspace, where it is described very clearly. Numbers are staggering about this. What's very specific about systems engineering field is that we have four factors that help us to deliver much better solution. We can find Pareto best candidates. So Pareto best candidate is, we find not the candidate that is best at systems engineering, at requirement management, or best in project management, or best at systems architecture. No, we find the people who is very good at project management and very good at system architecture. So it's a Pareto optimal, all right? Then we have in system engineering companies, we have a lot of different sources we can feed to such generative AI AI assistant. And this data set we have, they are really amazing. They have what we call in machine learning textbook quality data. They are textbook quality data sets. So that means we need very small size of these data sets to provide really great results. And actually, if you can check it yourself, if you go to ChatGPT and ask questions about systems engineering, you will get on average, you will get much high quality answers than in other disciplines, because we have excellent data sets and we can leverage them. And of course, we are not alone who trying to solve this task. There are other, for example, Semantic company that built beautiful solution. It's just not in our industry, and it never will be. They're specializing in biotech, and they require a lot of implementation. So it's like several months implementation before you can use it. Now, it's not our way. I won't small increments. We just discussed with Annabelle how we always don't have enough time to do the job. So it never changed, and our solution will work with just 15 minutes a day that we have actually for it. Okay. Part of this solution. So now I'm presenting the real solution, and we're on to how you can check by yourself for you personally. How does it work for free? You can all open Bing chat, take your CV if you have one, or just copy LinkedIn profile, put it as a prompt. So given this is my CV, what sphere skills do I have? Sphere is a framework, skills for future, I don't know, like it's just taxonomy of skills. The same one that we have in the system engineering digital process model, but generally in many domains, multiple domains. And it will give you this list of skills that you have. And that actually it's really good. And you can go to Sphere, to catalog, and watch out what are these skills. So this task is really easy. We can build really easy. That's why we are not doing it. Right now, we are solving another technical task, but it's really easy. You can test it yourself, put your CV on it, and it will give what skills do you have. So actually, this part, this module, we call it talent skill model and debriefer. It actually watches in each day. It debriefs you. It talks about you. What was your day like? So, and then writes it in the model of skills. What skills do you have? What evidence did you bring? And so on and so forth. It can hold also team retrospectives. It's not only personally for you, it can work on team level. And what it does, it actually brings this enormous data set. So for example, for me, it's several hundred megabytes of information, personal information that are related to my job. And nobody will go through that. It builds taxonomy of my skills and publishes it. This approach allows us to address privacy concern, because, okay, I cannot disclose a lot of my projects, but I can say what skills do I have, and I have a link from this skill to the actual result. And if someone wants to talk about it, about the skill, I can set up a meeting, and personally with this person, I can describe what do I have. Okay. And there is another part, so we have Q&A in reverse, actually. What is Q&A and in reverse? We all get used that there is a chat, and you ask ChatGPT or ChatBing, please answer this question. But actually, it works another way. In our Terraform AI assistant, it works another way. It asks us the right questions, and we answer it. So once we feed to this personal AI assistant, we give domain taxonomy. It can make all the right questions. For example, there is a beautiful solution, Apollo 4D activity modeler, and using this approach, we can take any textual or competence model, project management, competency development framework, systems engineering skills and capabilities model, any textual model, and build a JSON out of it using it. That's just an example. It's very easy. I think we can 90% automatize this process. And it has all the terms, and it has patterns for questions. It's really easy one. We have that for, I don't know, 50 years now. And we can build the questions. And it provides you candidate questions, and you answer it. And now it has a taxonomy, right term taxonomy, and it connects you to the transcript of your response. And actually, this is how a link between taxonomies and your actual skills, the briefer works. And it's really, it can be really game changer for that. So how does this skill search overall works? We have a data set. And this data set on company level, on a team level, on a personal level, and we extract action-centered taxonomy. So we describe this, what we did in terms of skills, and these skills are aligned to the actual, to this semantic core, to these terms, activities and processes that we have in system engineering, body of knowledge, system engineering, digital process model. And it publishes it, and it has connections, backlinks to the real evidence. And so this is action-centered taxonomy is a rigorous and trustful representation of your actual skills and project that you did. And then when you run this search, so you put a task name or a project description on the beginning, it transcripts this project description into the same skills, taxonomy of skills, and matches. So what candidates can be a good fit for this, and provide you with the results. And but what is the problem here? So actually, for now, it's more or less straightforward. The relevancy, and this is the problem that we've been fighting since 2021, even earlier. So how do we establish the relevancy? Because it's too much. It's too many results that you have of this taxonomy of skill that is required by a project and potential fit of candidates. And we use roles mechanism. Roles mechanism. So how does this semantic search works? You have a taxonomy. Taxonomy describes your domain, but actually within the domain, you have smaller parts. It is roles. In system engineering digital process model, domain is a group of processes, project management. But in project management, you have a project planning and project control. These are two roles. They are within one domain, within one taxonomy, but they are smaller. So different objects, different roles, they are structuring this domain. So how does it work? Okay. Just a second. Okay, this is a search, and I need to do that. Okay, so this is a search. And we put a project manager. What you see now is the default role. It's in the upper right corner. It's a default role. It's just a frequency-based search. So the one that you find in Google. And frequency-based search on a project manager provides you 3 entries: project manager CV, the one that was in the beginning, organization strategic plan and project calendar, program and project portfolio, that's some article, I believe, building a pipeline for natural language processing using Redis gears. Okay, what happens next? We change the role to project manager, and immediately what you will see that building a pipeline line disappears. So we have only project manager and the organization strategic plan and project calendar entries, search results. So relevance changes when you choose different roles within, so in your search engine. And for example, you see here, it shows that it has found project manager. And this is how we manage our relevance. So when you click on this entry that it has found in your data set, it goes directly to the page in your personal knowledge graph, or in your team knowledge graph. Knowledge graph, okay, it's just fancy word for your Notion or some Wikipedia or GitHub. So every page is just a node of the graph, and it has links. You see a lot of links to other pages, and that it connects. For now, for the demo part, we use Logsec. This is an open software that allows you to manage your personal notes. It's very intuitive, very easy to run, and it provides very good JSON export of the knowledge graph that we can directly import. And how do you manage your relevances? So when you add something in your notes, it will change your relevance. So when you put your ideas into this personalized, at first it is automatically generated, but then when you put your notes, additional notes, what you think in additional documents on this page, it will change your relevance. So it will change what you see, and you see it's different nodes of the graph and different links. You can change it actually. So for example, if it's a lazy project manager, so this is a specific role that finds either project or manager entries, and you see project and manager, and you can additionally, this is another node in this knowledge graph, and you can again put your nodes here and put your node there, and it will change the relevance, things like that. And this is basically it. So two options to manage your relevance, to cut through this enormous search result that you can get in this search. First one, you use taxonomies to select domains. I don't know, requirements engineering domain, system architecture domain, project management domain. And then within domain, you can switch roles, or you can switch roles by itself and look for different domains. And in fact, that's amazing. What results does it bring? And that gives you this freedom and flexibility to search and to find proper candidates, find proper people, and talk with them. So how do we define a role? Just to be a bit more specific. So a role, first of all, role is a combination of data. Very simple. I have my personal email, and in personal, I have my WhatsApp for the school chat. And this is a data source. We can directly connect to it. And I never, if I'm selecting project manager role, I never want to look in this source. But actually, if I'm in project management role, no, if I'm in project management role, I don't want to connect to parents chat. And if I'm parent, if I select the role parent, I want to connect to this project, to this school chat, and have results from it prioritized, and vice versa. For example, I have a repository for articles, and if I am project manager methodologist, I want to have through academic, want to have a look through academic sources. But if I'm building something, if I'm systems engineer, I'm not interested in this academic knowledge. So that's the first part, so combination of sources. Role is also action-centric collection of relevant objects. So you open this digital process model, and you will see project planning practice, and processes define the project, plan project and technical management, all this stuff. And it has some objects on the input, some objects on the output. These are relevant objects from if I'm looking for things as a project planner, And there is another, if a project controller, some of these objects become unrelevant. For example, project infrastructure needs, they are unrelevant in when I control the project. And that's another part, how we play with the relevance. And of course, when you search for search results, you can say that this search result is pertinent, thumbs up, this search result is not pertinent, thumbs down, and this history, it also accounts for your search relevance. And we built that for a few years, so it only for to deliver this short demo, it took several weeks of work from Alexander. And what does it mean for you? We did huge amount of boring, of very rigorous technical engineering and product management work. So now it is the time that we have started to build our product. And you can say, what do you want? You can say what taxonomies can and should we import and use in this search. You can bring us use cases and actually be a test users to validate that we are building the right thing. So you can do a lot of fun things that we made possible actually for you, because now you don't need to wait for 3 months iteration, technical iteration to complete just to try some another option for the search. And this is an open source project. We have atomic data project that enables our storage capabilities. We have our project, it's also open source core, and there is a GitHub link for that. And we understand that we can scale up this solution, and for that we need a lot of taxonomies just to start the work and connect big teams with hundreds of people on it. And there is a special technical and commercial partner for that, is One Incorporation. Now what we are building is a GitHub taxonomy crawler prototype. So it actually implements the use case I've been describing, but specifically for GitHub. So it takes your personal GitHub as a repository, builds a taxonomy of your skills, publishes it, and other people can look and generate project proposals to collaborate from their Git repositories using this Terraform web plugin, browser plugin, and connect to other sources. But we also, it's just a wild guess I made in the last minute today, before everything has started. We can build, for example, a search to look for skills that Insight or PPI System Engineering magazine authors have. It's absolutely the same. The article is just a data set. We can extract it, we can look for it. So that's a one option. So actually, despite this is a very complicated on the inside product, it is amazingly simple and easy to use on the outside. It's just a conversational type AI assistant. And it allows you not limit only on 2-page CV, and it allows you to drill down to your skills, to other people's skills, and make a meaningful conversation that goes beyond general questions. And actually, it's fascinating, I think. And finally, it provides you a gap analysis and highlights gaps in your knowledge, in your project plans and processes, and allows you to work on it. And one more thing on the end. So on high level, yeah, we can use the system engineering digital process model, but also we all have model-based systems engineering project-specific projects, and they are the same graphs. And we can leverage semantic search for your projects using them. Okay, and the last one. Okay, Alex, please, those who are interested, these are our LinkedIn profiles. So Alexander Mikhailov and Alex Turhanov. Connect to us, write us email to our emails or messages in other platforms. come visit our Terraform AI site or join our Terraform discourse group where we can really start collaborating. Thank you.